For this challenge, you're going to revisit your challenge from section 1 when you created a clock timer. You're going to create an image with numbers in a circle. You'll then create a new CA layer and assign the image to the CA layer contents property. Most of this is quite easy. I've provided a method to do the draw. You're just going to create a new layer, create an image to hold the numbers, and render the numbers into the image. You'll set the new layer's contents to be that image. However, there's 4 lines of complicated. To draw the 12 numbers, you'll need to translate and rotate the context inside a for loop. Let me demonstrate what you will do. The red border indicates the UI view. The green is the view's drawing context that you're going to move around. You're going to draw a number in the top middle part of the context. The ideal would be, as here, to rotate the context around the center and draw each number. The context rotates and then the number is drawn in the view. Unfortunately, contexts don't rotate around their center. They rotate around their top left. So when you draw the number at the top middle of the context, most of the time it's going to be outside of the view. The solution is to translate the context before rotating it, and then translate it back, and then do the draw. Let's see how that works. So you translate the context to the center. That's moved the origin. You rotate the context, and see how the context is now rotating around the center of the view. Then you translate the context back again. And now you can draw the number at the top middle of the context. Let's see that again. Translate, rotate, translate back, and then draw at the top middle of the context. And you can see that in the view, you're building up a circle of numbers. So inside your for loop, before drawing the number, you'll have this context translate, context rotate, and then context translate back again. Pause the video and see how you go.
To do this challenge, open up preview.storyboard and clockview.swift together. Let's hide the pointer for this exercise. Now first I'll create a new layer to hold the numbers. And in Setup, I'll add this layer to the layer tree. I've added it on top of the dial, but beneath the pointer. I'm also going to make this layer green so that I can see what it's doing. Nothing's showing at the moment because the layer doesn't have a size. I'll set up a new method to draw these numbers. And call that method from Layout Subviews. In Draw Numbers, I'll set the bounds of the layer to the same as the view. And because I coloured it green, I can immediately see it's in the wrong place. So I'll move it to the centre of the view. And I'll set up a renderer and capture the image. When the image is drawn, I'm going to replace the layer's contents with the image. And inside this closure is where I'm going to do the draw. I'll get a reference to the graphics context. And I'm going to keep an eye on what the context is doing by filling it with colour. Currently the context is in the center for the whole size of the view. Now I'm going to draw the number 1 to make sure I'm doing the right thing. Translate the context to the center. And and cut and paste the fill to see what's happened. And you can see that the context has translated. Rotate the context by 360 degrees divided by 12. 360 degrees is 2 pi radians. Cut and paste the yellow fill again so we can see what's happening. And you can see that the context is now rotated. Now translate the context back again. And you can see now that we can draw a number at the top middle of the rotated context, and it'll be in the right position for number 1. Let's put this in a for loop and see what happens. We need to get rid of the fill because it's actually overwriting each number. And all the numbers are being magically drawn correctly. Now that we have the numbers all being drawn correctly, I'll put back the pointer and get rid of the green. And that's our clock finished.